Hey guys, it's scatter shit, or rather, uh, T-Rip by now. You're never gonna know what I look like in my natural state now, bitch boy. And the other night, I had a bat crawling outside my window. It was terrifying. Cause they do live here, Lake County, Illinois, but I've only seen a dead one in the ditch at least 10 years ago. So how am I supposed to remember they're here? Alright, anyways, I think the fact that was maybe my first time seeing a live one makes it a special enough occasion that now I need to lock in and talk about my drug experiences. So this is the first video in the T-Rip Drip Report series. We're going to take it chronological. So today, we're going to talk about my first time smoking weed or getting high and the mysterious things that came before it. This video is not to encourage it, anything, rather to it's to discourage it. The more you watch my videos, you're gonna be like, oh boy, oh. All right. So yeah, smash the like, comment, subscribe button, whatever the fuck. Without further ado, let's get into it. My first knowledge of weed probably comes from some YouTube comments. And with me being little, I thought it was somehow related to garden weeds. I even asked my neighbor about it. My neighbor. And he told me that the drug weed is somehow processed from garden weeds. Then again, he also told me that sex is when a man trades his penis with a woman when we saw some bugs going at it on a plant. He's also thought that like people injected heroin into him because he saw a ghost. Like this dude is a fucking legendary tweaker. I love him. But yeah, funny enough, I might have actually heard of acid before weed because when I was 7, I was talking to my mom, recalling this time that I got citric acid in my eye from this kid's chemistry lab. They either got for my birthday or Christmas, pretty close together. And I was calling it acid, and she's like, don't call it just acid, because back when I was a teacher, they would fire you for talking about that. Once again, me being a wee lad, I thought that getting fired meant like they set your hair on fire or something. That should be pretty entertaining. Early 2014, second grade, I had a lucid dream of me at some carnival with classmates. There's the third grade tragic villainous backstory, HSP, in between, which Ogden origins. Not related to altered states of consciousness, but that is something we'll get more into in 4 videos from now. Yeah, summer 2015, I comment on that one Joe Gravity Falls video. Just the first quote, "Hey Dipper, wanna smoke some weed?" And yeah, when my parents found out I had a channel, they were especially pissed to see that one. Anyways, November 2015, I feel depersonalization, I think, is a specific type of dissociation I would naturally get, and that would come again during 7th and 8th grade middle school dance nights, possibly because being at school past when I normally would just fucked around with my brain. And then also this one rare recess day in September 2019, 8th grade, which just suddenly happened, once again, possibly due to like a sudden schedule switch up, or because I was actually taking CBD oil at the time, which I know doesn't get you high, but yeah, I'm more so just trying to figure out what caused it. My family had actually gone to a Kenosha farmers market in the late summer that year and gotten like a somehow marijuana brownie, likely just CBD, but I don't know. Anyways, after going home from this recess day, I messaged Zenop, "You made my brain fall asleep," and she blocked me like, "Okay, well, you know what? Kyle Anderson, gone." But because this fucking realm is stranger than fiction, we both end up in the same student news group where I LARP with some happy little retard. Oh, listen, please don't get woke in the comments, okay? You're missing a piece of the puzzle. A piece of the puzzle. Dude, the fucking jokes write themselves. Positivity with Kyle. It's not my real name. I'm joking. The name of the segment is it's pretty forced into like the idea of this one British girl who was just weird about it. Okay, like, dude, like low key, if she started a cult one day, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but yeah. Anyways, it was especially exposed as a LARP when in October, two girls on my bus got into some stupid beef with like two other girls. One who was also in that news group, and another who was one of the bus girl, Fisher O'Driscoll, who becomes a DXM associated character later on. Her former friend, until she allegedly filmed her vaping in the bathroom, which is some real bitch shit. And even I knew that back then. But, me suddenly being a good little boy to my school, I felt like I had to, be explicitly against the vapist. Sort of getting off track again, but, like, dude, 6th to 7th grade, hilarious, I know. I was like a terrorist. Okay, I had beef with my bus driver for fuck's sake. Okay, yeah. Anyways, with her vaping and her younger brother whipping a turtle on the ground until it was dead through summer fire, still stained in my mind. Um, I decided, it's gonna be a really great idea to go to her house and tell her mom, you need to be a better parent. Viewing myself as some Dr. Phil like savior. Dude, Dr. Phil is such a piece of shit. Okay, Dr. Phil exploits mentally ill people and sends them to teen abuse camps and, like, recently participated in ICE raids. Okay, but, during the 2010s, once again, happy little retard days, he's just a funny meme. But listen, this backstory of me being someone who absolutely deserved to get their shit rocked, and it's all relevant. It's included to show how I did a 180 on my positions. Better yet, that same month of October, I started trying to get high on Computer Duster, the inspiration, the season 14 episode of South Park, right after 200 and 201, which got them terrorist threats and revealed Cartman killed his father, where Tally now works at it's called a tardy camp for lack of a better term, but has trouble keeping his job because he's sucking dick for Duster and meth money is covered in cum. Heartwarming, I know. So, I go in my mom's work drawer, finds a can of Computer Duster, basically, practice. It has a bitter taste to discourage from inhalant abuse, but, I just have a weird taste in things in general. You could probably figure that out from me yapping, including food, yummy brain rot chemical. One night I take it in my room, I inhale it long enough, get some shitty high that lasts like 15 seconds. I think like, oh shit, what have I done now? Nothing much more happens for the next few months. One school dance I don't dissociate at is the is where I tell November 2017 Jacob Sartorius thumbnail incident. Pretty ironic considering the end of 6th grade just 5 months later. Anyways, COVID happened, school shut down, womp womp. At the end of 8th grade, allegations arise about the teacher in control of the student news group with him inappropriately texting his students. Keep in mind, 14 years old. Like, listen, I eventually asked one of the two student leaders in there. She said she's not allowed to talk about it, so yeah, there probably was some fuck shit. As soon as this came out, whatever little shitty microdose that I was holding on to, this stupid fucking character, it just, once again, gone. It's like, well, it was by a pedophile. Well, now looking back, looking back positively on any memories there, it's problematic. Okay, yeah, I know that I'm just so wrong, but like, it feels in poor taste to look back on anything there positively, knowing that. Yeah. Anyways, around COVID is when I start going on long bike trips to visit the town my middle school was in, because middle school led to two different high schools. So some former classmates, like, I still haven't seen since. Might as well try to run into them. And this included a skate park by the town pool that I would eventually get my first job at 3 years later. My parents knew I visited there. They knew other kids vaped. But at the time, I still had no interest in doing it myself, so it was okay. But skip forward 3 months with 2 stupid police encounters in between. It was now September 16th, 2020. Back at the skate park, I decided to first try a vape finally. Yeah, I go to some guy smoking a blunt and ask for a hit.
Don't make them do that. You're gonna be like, hey, don't do it, homo. Do it. It's like, yeah.
That's crazy. They were literally warning me. I get on my bike, get very slight effects while listening to a JL song. He used to be on Tech Nine's Strange Music. Tech Nine is the guy who made that song featuring The Rock. It's about drive, it's about power. I sing along to the hook. I like to get high. I like to get voila. Oh, I'm such a stoner. Fuck off. Bruh, listen, I was not ready for 4 days later. Okay? So the 20th, I go back and I want to smoke again, still not yet knowing what it's like to be on the fucking moon. But this time I smoke out of a bowl. So I sit on a bench behind a ramp. They probably had me go there because the cops do visit sometimes. Dude packs a bud in there and tells me to keep smoking even when I feel like I'm gonna throw up since I'm still a beginner. Then, I get on my Snap story, say some stupid shit. Get back on my bike and ride around to the local castle playground, and on the way back, I shit you not, dude, I blink and it hits me like the car from a month later. Get back to the park, post some silly lyrics, say some real shit before playing a cognitive test game where I try to run into someone on the map, except for the extra challenge. It's my first time smoking, so I can't even comprehend what the fuck. And this time I'm listening to Kosher, former common collaborator JL, who in 2019 got 11 years in prison for robbing his heroin plug with a gun. And eventually my mom has to pick me up. Now, this being my first time, and also looking back to see, yeah, my eyes weren't even that red. She didn't suspect a thing. But it felt like I was high for the rest of the day. Like, my sister's hamster bit me, and I didn't even notice instantly. It was the day after when I was in between here and the outskirting boundaries. We'll talk about that 6 videos later. A sudden depersonalization hits again. More importantly, there was me before weed and after. I became a crash out and a half. Yeah, I was also like that before, but there's something about it. Like, I don't know. Shit just felt different. Yeah, maybe because I was older now, so, I would have been under more scrutiny for posting whatever, but continuing that type of bullshit until Halloween, funny story. But yeah, that was my first times in mysterious things before. If you haven't done it, then that's ultimately a good thing. Once again, I'm not here to encourage it. If you're gonna do it, just be safe, okay? Be safe. I certainly haven't. Yeah, next week I talk about finding edibles in my dad's closet and the real sobriety psychosis afterwards. Alright, I'll see you then.